Okay, so that is Arsenal beating Nottingham Forest 3-0 and beating Athletic Club Bilbao 2-0 over these last couple of days. I want to talk about both of these games because they were just so close. And yeah, let's start off with Nottingham Forest. I think it was, I mean, I didn't have hope going into the game that we'd win it, obviously, but seeing no Saliba, Saka, not them starting kind of worried me a bit because we have a history with losing to Nottingham Forest. They are a tough team. But nonetheless, even with Odegaard coming off injured, he's injured the same shoulder as he did against Leeds. I think we handled the game very well. Gyökeres with 2 goals, Eze getting an assist for his Emirates debut. Yeah, I think really good victory because it shows that our squad depth is unbelievable. We have two 11s that we can put out, and we've never had that before. And obviously, with our players dropping like flies, it's handy that we actually have good backups. Mosquera. It's almost as if Saliba's presence doesn't really matter. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, Mikael Marino. You know, the midfield depth is insane. Yeah, if Gyökeres is out, Havertz can fill in. Eze can play on the left hand side. He can also play in the 10. Wanyeri can fill in. Madueke can play both sides of the field. You know, it's really good that we have our squad depth, and you know we also have Leandro Trossard still at the club. But yeah, I was really glad that we won that game very comfortably. An absolute screamer by Zubimendi, his first Arsenal goal, and then he got a header on for the second goal. Yeah, um, yeah, I like that. Gyökeres, he'd obviously got a goal, assisted by Eze. Um, yeah, but I really wanted to talk about yesterday's game, Arsenal versus Athletic Club Bilbao, where we beat them 2-0, because that sent me a lot of messages. I seen Eze on the left hand side touchline. He wants to move into the 10. Mikel Arteta is screaming at him, telling him to come back onto the touchline. Mikel Arteta, you do know that that's not Eze's position, right? I know he can play on the left hand side, but he plays best when he's roaming around in the number 10 area. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know why you're restricting him because he's going to fall out of love with the game. That's why we bought him in the first place, because he can do such magical things when it's like Jack Grealish at Aston Villa. Just let him do his thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think he can really exploit that area in the field, and he obviously has ability to shoot as well. We haven't seen that as of yet, but hopefully we do see it. Yeah, I think. What else can I talk about? I don't really watch the first half of the game, but I did watch the second half. I thought Mosquera was comfortable again. David Raya, comfortable. Um, yeah, I think Calafiori is really impressing me so far this season. I don't see a game, a significant game in which Miles Lewis Skelly starts over Calafiori. I think Calafiori he's had no faults this whole season so far, and I feel like Miles Lewis Skelly should just move into the midfield. All right, I know it's going to happen at some point. Calafiori is going to get injured, but just play in your natural position. Play in the left midfield, Miles Lewis Skelly, because you're not performing better than Calafiori at left back, offensively and defensively. So yeah, he's just unbelievable. Yeah, I think Zubimendi was okay taking the ball along. Madueke, I really like his one-on-one actions. Really impressed with him so far. Gyökeres didn't really get into the game. He got injured. Yeah, back. Gabriel hit him on the back of the head, and he didn't really have that much of an impact. Yeah, he got hooked on. He got hooked at the 60th minute. We've got a massive game against Manchester City this weekend, so he better be ready for that. Yeah, I think, in all honesty, I was really happy with how the team performed in the second half when Eze came off for Martinelli. Martinelli scored 36 seconds after coming onto the field. It reminded me of his Real Madrid goal. Yeah, it's almost as if Martinelli has 6 months of pure horror. We don't want to see him on the field, and then he pops up with a goal that we really need, and then we do appreciate Martinelli after that. But you're just not at the level needed. If you can find that level of consistency, then I'm happy for you to stay at the club. But if not, you're on 200 grand a week. That's a lot of money that could be used elsewhere. Do you know what I'm saying? We could get a better left winger with half the wages that you're on. So you're gonna have to perform, mate. So yeah. Trossard as well, grabbing a goal. Martinelli and Trossard being our saviours in 2025 is quite concerning. Yeah, I think these two shouldn't even be at the club. But the fact that they're the two that got us over the line today in such a crucial fixture, first Champions League game of the season away at Bilbao, we needed them. So yeah, yeah. What are my expectations for the Champions League? Let me just have a look at our Champions League fixtures. Arsenal's Champions League fixtures. Arsenal UCL fixtures. So we've got Olympiacos at home. We should win that comfortably. And then we've got Atletico Madrid at home. We should win that again. Slavia Prague away. We should win that. Bayern at home. I think we should win that. If Saka and Odegaard and Saliba are all back, we should win that. Club Brugge away. We should win that. Inter Milan away. I think Inter Milan have gotten weaker since the last time we played them. So I'd assume that would win. And yeah, I think that's all the group stage games, I believe. No, there's one more. Where is it? Arsenal versus Kairat. I don't know where. It's the 20th of January. I don't know where they play. So that's at home. Hopefully we score 10 goals against them. But yeah, I think summing up these two last games, I think, and considering we both won both games, our plays out, I am very comfortable in us going along in all four competitions: Carabao Cup, FA Cup, UCL, and the Premier League. It's a must to win the Premier League or the Champions League this season. I prefer the Premier League because of the sentimental fact that we've bottled it twice, horribly, in a horrible fashion. Last year we didn't bottle it. Liverpool was just better than us. So yeah, I prefer the Premier League because it's a consistency-based result. Champions League, you could do everything correctly up until the final 10 minutes of the final. So yeah, I'd rather have that. I don't want to stress that much. But I'll take a Champions League over a Premier League any day of the week. I think it's a much bigger trophy, a much better trophy. But yeah, that's me so far. Oh, that's AFC Zach. Little Arsenal roundup. Yeah, hopefully I'll come back to you guys with Manchester City away. Well, Manchester City at home this weekend. If any major news breaks, I'll probably make a video about it. So yeah, in a bit.